Hey y'all, welcome to Miss Clarke's chemistry class. In this video, we're going to talk about ions. The good thing about ions, they're atoms. So there's not going to be very much extra to have to learn because we've already learned about atoms. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, make sure and go check out that video. Now, remember, atoms had a neutral charge because its protons and electrons are equal. Ions, the protons and electrons, are not equal. Ions have a charge. They're just charged atoms. Ion, an atom that has lost or gained an electron. When we talk about charges, we could have a positive charge or a negative charge. Same is true with ions. We could have a positive ion. That's called a cation. Cations are positive ions. I have two ways that I remember this. The first way is, look right there. There is a plus right in the middle of the word. Positive ion, cation. This might not be a very popular way to remember it, but once upon a time I used to tell my students that I positively hated cats. That's not true. I love cats. But it's always helped me remember that a cation is positive. The reason why a cation is positive is because there's more protons than electrons. More pluses than negatives are going to leave the atom feeling positive. Negative ions are called anions. There's no negative sign in the middle of this word, but there is an N for negative. I think that helps. There's more electrons than protons. There's more negative charges than positive charges. Since atoms and ions are practically the same thing, except for ions have a charge and atoms don't, we've got to show that somehow, and we show it with an oxidation number. The oxidation number is the charge on the ion when you actually do the math of the difference between the positive protons and the negative electrons. Let's look at some examples. Let's look at sodium here. Sodium has atomic number 11, and let's look at its mass number. Wait a minute. Mass numbers are protons plus neutrons. There's only whole numbers of protons, only whole numbers of neutrons. So how do we have a decimal mass number? Well, it's because it's not a mass number. It's an average atomic mass number. That is a topic for a different video. So sodium has an atomic number of 11. And for our purpose, let's round that to the nearest whole number. So sodium has a mass of 23. If we're going to look at its oxidation number, remember we just said the oxidation number is the ion's charge. So sodium has a charge of 1 plus. Since sodium is number 11, it has 11 protons. Since the mass number is 23, 23 minus 11, 12 neutrons. And remember, atoms are neutral, so normally sodium should have 11 electrons. But we see the oxidation number on sodium is a plus 1. That means it's going to have one more proton than electron. So that's going to leave us with 10 electrons. Let's look at another example. Oxygen has an atomic number of 8, so 8 protons. Oxygen has a mass number of 16, so 16 minus 8, 8 neutrons. And if we're looking, oxygen's oxidation number is a 2 minus. That means it's going to have 2 more electrons than protons. The negative sign on the 2 tells us more electrons because electrons are negative. And 2 more electrons than 8 is 10. So now we can tell the difference between an atom and an ion. Y'all know what to do next. Press the like button, press the subscribe button. I would love to hear from you. Leave me a comment. All right, until next time. Bye, y'all.